Happy Monday, my beautiful Fumi Nation. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, my name is Fumi Desalu-Vold, and you are so very welcome. Today's episode is about eyeshadow palettes 101. As an influencer, I can completely understand how we get carried away when we see new palettes, when we see any palette, and we can literally read and understand the colors, the shades, what we have, what we don't have. But if I put all of that aside, and I'm just the regular girl, woman out there, I don't have nowhere near the amount of makeup or experience as a beauty influencer. No, I do not. I might have 1, 2, 3 palettes and that is it. And so I say to myself, for me, if that be the case, what really would be the best palette to have and why? So we're going to talk about that today. Shopping for the best palette for you. Considering that you would have 3 or 4 palettes. What are the best palettes that you would need? Our life is very simple, actually. We have parties, we have events and stuff like that. But 90% of the time, we have our regular lives. And we want to look good. We want to look good when we go to the supermarket. We want to look good when we go to our friend's house, when we go to church. We want to look great. But we don't want to spend an amount of money on 25 palettes, on top of which I really don't know. When I hear these influencers and say, oh, this color, oh, this shade, I don't get it. And so I tell you, the best palette to have first, if you are new to the beauty world, is a neutral palette. For me, what's a neutral palette? A neutral palette is a palette that has colors of browns, creams, beiges, blacks. That palette would be palettes such as this. This would be considered a neutral palette. It's a matte palette, which means that blending them would be super duper easy. This is by Makeup by Mario's palette. I love this palette so very much. As a matter of fact, tomorrow, after we've chosen the palette for us, then we go on to how do you apply eyeshadow. This would be a neutral palette. I would say take this palette over a colorful palette. Another neutral palette that you would like and you would use would be Juvia's Place chocolate palette. Do you see where I'm going with all of this? Because these are the colors that you can use every single day in different ways, shapes and forms. Most probably you will get your wear and tear out of these than you would out of a palette like this. This is a fabulous palette. I love it. But if you want to start from the beginning, you would want to start with the neutrals. These are very, very similar. This is what you want to look for. As opposed to another Juvia's Place palette, this one, because it's got color. We're not comfortable with color quite yet. We like our blacks, we like our browns, we like our muted tones, we like our neutral tones, we like our beiges, and we like our tan. Because we know, okay, fine, we can put that there, that looks okay. If I put a little bit of a black eyeshadow, that will be fine. Most probably, I will get more wear out of this than I will get of this when I want to go out, you understand me, to work, when I want to go, you know, to a friend's place, when I want to go for errands. I will get more out of this than I will get out of this. I will also get my money's worth out of this because I can use it multiple times. This is important. And this was why buying, for example, the glitter palette by Fenty. What was this called? I think it was called the Galaxy. These are all shimmers. We can't use shimmers. Get in my eye, they're itchy. You understand me? I don't have any matte shade in this. This would not work. I would say don't get this palette. And I would say get these palettes. Get either the Mario palette, get either the JUVIAS Place palette. I have a discount code for the JUVIAS Place palette. There are many neutral palettes. As a matter of fact, you have the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this was the Soft Glam palette. Again, you can see the neutral tones. She's got the beiges, she's got the browns, the blacks, she's got that brick, and then she's got all of these lighter shades with 1 or 2 shimmers to boot. You can go with these kind of colors. A lot of you say, Fumi, but I don't know where to put what where. When you start with the neutral shades, it will build your confidence, because little by little, you will replace the lighter shade with the shimmer shades. You understand? Then you begin to layer all of the shades together. You can know how to put like the brick color first, like this color, and then you can deepen your socket with the brown. Another palette that you could go with also is with the JUVIAS Place Warrior palette. Voila. Huh? Do you see what I'm talking about? It's got some shimmer, like I said, because you've advanced. And now you can say to yourself, you know what, for me, let me try this. Now, you'll be saying, but for me, okay, fine, I've got the neutral shade, I've got the neutral palette, then what? You want to now try the pigmentation. For me, what do they mean by pigmentation? I don't understand what they mean by pigmentation. It just means that when you put your finger onto the shade, the color really comes off. It's really a strong color, and I can really see the shade, and it doesn't skip, meaning that from the beginning of when I graze it onto my arm all the way, the color shows. Let me try another shade just to be sure. And you try it again, and you're like, aha, I see the 2 shades. I see it. This could be a good palette for me. Let me try the chocolate, because we're trying with mattes. Mattes are the easiest to learn when it comes to eyeshadow. So let me try that. Ooh, I do like that. That does look nice. If I put on these colors and I put on my eyeliner, I think I'll be okay with that. That is how you will think. Because no matter how you blend this, you can't make a mistake with neutral shades. Oh, let me try a little glitter. Not too confident, but let me try. Let me see. And there you have. This is beautiful colors that if you wear only on its own, it will be nice. Only on its own, it will be nice. Let me try this shade. This shade looks interesting. Let me try and see whether that works. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that is nice. So you know what? I think that if I buy this palette, I can wear it to work. I can wear it to a wedding. I can wear it to my girlfriend's house. And after work, if I'm invited to cocktails or to have like a drink after work, this could work. If I'm going on a trip, I will take this palette, and I think it will give me everything I need. Let us try. So you take a little bit like so. If I put a little here, that does look nice. I can get away with that. I don't look too crazy, and the color is nice. It's not too loud. And I'm taking baby steps in learning how to apply eyeshadow. So you know what? Yes. How much is this? I'll buy this. Is there a discount code? Oh yes, you can use Fumi's discount code. I'll take it. This works for me. You would get more wear out of this palette than, for example, out of this other JUVIAS Place palette, because there's blue shimmer, there's a red shimmer, there's a red brick, there are a couple of shimmers here, there are only 2 neutral brown shades here. I don't see a black, I don't see another shade that I am comfortable with in my zone like this. No, you know what, I think I'll pass on this and I will take this shade right here. The same thing goes for the Mario palette. Why? Because all of these are mattes and I can blend. And if I want to step up out of my comfort zone, these 2 shimmers are neutral enough. Not too out of my comfort zone. I can work with this. As you get better and you become more confident with the look, again, like I said, you can replace the matte with a shimmer. You can replace the shimmer with a glitter. And that will be where this comes in. Now you can use glitters. Now you can say, okay, fine, let me try this shade right here and let me put it at the bottom right here. And again, can you see it is not even as pigmented as the JUVIAS, please. This, I think, set me back like 60 pounds, whereas this palette, I think, was 10. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is another gorgeous, beautiful palette, but all reds. And then you have very cool tones. What is a cool tone? It means that it's not warm. For example, nighttime is a cool shade. Sunny is a warm shade. The more yellow and more orange in a color, it means that it's warm. The cooler a tone is where it has more black and it has more white. Those are considered cool. So up here are all warm and down here are all cool tones. You're looking for what? Warm. You want warm shades to start off. And then you want a cool shade, which is black, so that you can really define your waterline. You can put shadow in your waterline, in your bottom lid, as well as the outside, to shape and frame the eye. And even if you don't get there, that's too advanced, you can put a little bit of black on the side and a little bit of color on the lid, and you're good to go. Go to the drugstore. You will find neutral tones. Do you see? This will work. You've got the dark shade. You can mix those back and forth to try to give you a nice, beautiful, neutral palette. I love color. Majority of my palettes are color. But I wanted you to understand, why would you buy this palette as opposed to buying this palette? Because as much as this is beautiful, this one right here, the likelihood of using all of these shades is slim. The likelihood of you using all of these shades is much, much more stronger. Again, let me give you this other one as well for my dark girl sisters. You would most probably use this palette more. You would also want to have a palette that had like a black shade. So what do you have? You will most probably have in your collection JUVIAS, Makeup Mario, and then most probably you would have Anastasia Beverly Hills. These ones I am comfortable with, and they will give me maximum love, maximum looks, and I will go on to give you various looks using very neutral shades. Why for me? Because I'm going to start doing truly everyday makeup looks that make you look gorgeous. That when you see her, you'll be like, oh my God, I love the eye makeup. And that is what you guys say all the time. And when you say it, 99.9, I'm wearing neutral eyeshadows. And these are the kind of palettes that you should buy. It's all about the neutral palette, my darlings. And tomorrow, I will show you how to apply eyeshadow 101. But start with this. We're going to start from the very beginning, and we're going to have a series of eyeshadow tutorials 101 and why we're choosing these colors. But the very beginners, for beginners, we're going to start with a neutral palette. And yes, my darlings, on my lids, I am wearing these neutral shades. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, my darlings, okay? I love you. Bye. Mwah.